Angus, one of the longest journeys you'll do out to Italy in the Pro 12, obviously playing on Friday night and coming back. How was the journey for you?
Yeah, it was quite a tough journey. I think we were up at 5 AM the next morning, so obviously we didn't get much sleep. And the flight itself was a few hours, and then flew into Gatwick, so it was a few hours back from Gatwick then. So it was a good round trip, around 9-10 hours I think. And I think we made ourselves a bit longer with the fact we lost on the weekend, but not too bad.
And you guys have got just a 6-day turnaround, probably made a 5-day turnaround by that long journey, but Thursday night taking on Glasgow at Rodney Parade. How are your preparations when you've got a trip to recover from, but presumably wanting to come back and get some training done for that game?
Yeah, of course, it's important that we reflect on the Treviso game, but then also look forward to the Glasgow game. So we've been in now Monday, Tuesday, 2 long days, and been working on our game as well as looking at Glasgow, and I think the boys are feeling good and we're feeling fresh to go back into the game on Thursday.
And presumably a little bit of consideration for this game as well for the weather. It's a glorious day today. You've been out training, should be the same all week. A stark contrast to the last game at Rodney Parade with a very difficult weather. How is that going to change the game for you guys?
Yeah, well, obviously, we plan our game planning on the good weather, and then you never know what can happen on the night. So we always have a few different scenarios. But it does change things. When it hammering down at Rodney Parade, you have to tighten things up and you have to do things differently. But then when it's boiling hot like it is today, and hopefully not very windy, then you can throw the ball a bit wider and you can have a bit more of an attacking frame of mind. So hopefully the weather holds off and we'll be able to play a nice round of rugby at Rodney.
You mentioned a little bit of disappointment on Friday with the result. What do you guys need to do to turn those narrow defeats into victories and put a bit of a run together? Yeah,
well, obviously it's very frustrating being so close and having opportunities to win the game, and I think that's the most frustrating thing, is the fact we've been in these games and we've been dominating these games, but unfortunately we haven't come away with the result. And I think it's just, for us, it's trying to cut out those critical errors, at the important times of the game, the little knock-ons or little missed kicks to touch, missed tackles. It's just about cutting those errors down and then not giving sides easy points and chances to put pressure on us. It's about us putting pressure on them and just trying to score as many points as we can. No sounds basic, but without making errors to make it easy for teams to score against us. So it's just important that we cut those errors down, and we should be okay. Yeah.
And your own performance, you've come in now, you've had a run of a couple of games in the side. What's life back in Pro 12 like?
Yeah, I obviously didn't want involved too much at the start of the season, so it was quite a frustrating time. But being back involved in the squad is good. I've had a time to work on my game as well. Going away with the sevens and playing in the British and Irish Cup, so that's also been good. But it is another step up coming up to the Pro 12, and especially as a fly half, everything's a lot quicker. Defences are on you a lot faster, and there's not as much time as you have. So for me, it's been good. Bringing my game, improving my game, and having different scenarios and changing the way. I think I have to think a lot quicker. So it's challenging, but I'm really enjoying it.
And just lastly, we had Elvis a couple of weeks ago at Rodney Parade. This week it's a Tom Jones tribute act. Result depending. We'd love to see some of the boys in the We Fight and Claim family zone afterwards. Anyone in the squad that you think particularly like that croning ballad from Tom Jones?
There's a few boys. James Benjamin likes a bit of a sing song. I think he could bring a bit of Tom Jones out. I wouldn't mind seeing Ashton Hewitt giving Tom Jones a bit of a go, but I'm not sure you get him up there. So